Hi, I'm Nicole, writer, producer, and editor here at Critical Crop Top, and this is Tutorial Tuesday. On today's episode, I'm going to show you another way to sync. This is using a third-party application that you can install called Pluraleyes, and it works directly in Premiere. All right, so in a previous video, I showed you synchronizing picture and sound using the tools located in Premiere Pro, but there is a way that I like to sync audio and video because I'm super lazy, and it's through a third-party application called Pluraleyes. This version of Pluraleyes, which the one I'm running I believe is Pluraleyes 4 at the time of this recording, it works directly in Premiere, so it appears as something called an extension. So you'll see when I get into the tutorial bit, you'll kind of see how that works. But basically, it's not an Adobe product, so it does cost extra. But if you can afford the investment, it is a huge time saver. Instead of having to go and sync each clip individually, it will do them all at the same time, and it saves me like almost an entire day of work. So Pluraleyes, that's what we're going to be talking about today, so let's get right to it. All right, in a previous tutorial, I showed you guys how to sync audio and video using the tools provided to you in Premiere Pro, and I just wanted to do a follow-up video to show you guys how I like to sync audio and video, and that's using a third-party application called Pluraleyes. I'm a lazy editor, and I like to get things done as quickly and painlessly as possible. So Pluraleyes kind of does everything all at once, rather than me having to go in and sort of select all the clips individually and sync them one by one, and it saves me a ton of time. Now, Pluraleyes is not an application that is provided to you by Adobe Premiere. It is not part of the Creative Cloud. It's something you have to purchase separately. So if you can make the investment and you're going to be syncing audio a lot, I highly recommend it. It saves you so much time, and it's super easy. So in previous versions of Pluraleyes, you actually had to take your sequence and export something called an XML and take it into Pluraleyes and then bring it back in, and it was like a whole thing. But now it's actually just an extension. You don't even have to leave Premiere to do it. So as you can see, I have set up a sequence, Vera for sync, Pluraleyes, and it's set up in much the same way as we started with when we were syncing our clips using Premiere. I have all of my video footage on video track 1 and audio track 1, and all of those clips are in order. And I also have all of my audio clips that are from my H6 Zoom on audio track 2. Now, it's really important that you have everything in order. Pluraleyes works best when all of the audio clips and video clips are in chronological order. That helps a lot. Okay, so the first thing that I need to do, now that I have, of course, I've got all of my clips in the sequence, is I'm going to go up here to Window, Extensions, and you'll see that I have Pluraleyes 4. And I'm going to click on that, and now all I have to do is hit this little button here, Synchronize. So it's going to go through and it's going to analyze everything. It's actually probably going to send me back some files that I don't need that I'm going to put into another bin, and it's going to color code the clips that it was not able to synchronize. Okay, so like I said, it did create a bunch of stuff over here that I don't need, and you'll see it created some new sequences. We'll get to that in a second. So I'm actually just going to take all of this junk that it made that I don't need, which is just extra audio files. Oh, here we go. And I'm just going to create a bin and call that, oops, not you. I'm going to create a bin and call that Files from Pluraleyes. And we'll deal with that later. Okay, So you can see that it created some new sequences. It created something called sync replaced, which it actually deleted the in-camera sound for me. This works pretty good. I've noticed there are times when I have multiple tracks of audio. So if I had the boom and some lavaliers going and it didn't bring over my lavalier audio, which was kind of a pain, but it is a nice thing to have. If it works, then you don't have to go back and delete all the in-camera sound, which is kind of nice. But then it also gives you something that just says synced, and it still has all the in-camera sound there. And you'll see these pink clips over here. Those are the ones that it couldn't find a match to. So let's see how it did. Let's just pick a spot anywhere. How about somewhere where somebody has a lot of talking to do? Maybe. There's good. All right. So I'm going to mute that in-camera sound.
Sounds good. 3C, take 1.
And action.
Still.
So as you can see, it did a really good job.
Calories. The cup is more than full enough to go.
Right? It was relatively painless for me, right? So all I had to do was put everything in order and then open up Pluraleyes and hit synchronize. So anyway, once you're done with it, you can just close the window and there you go. So if you can get Pluraleyes, I recommend it. It's a good program. It's really easy to use, and it has saved me a lot of time.
And that's it. So easy, right? I know it kind of sucks that you have to go out and buy like a totally different piece of software that's not included with Premiere, but if you can afford it, it's really worth it. It saves so much time and it's really easy to use. And that's it for today's Tutorial Tuesday. Please like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss another Tutorial Tuesday. And while you're here, we've got lots of short films, we've got web series, we've got podcasts, we've got sketches, we've got so many ways to waste your time. Come check out some of the stuff that we're producing here at Critical Crop Top. If you've got a question about today's video, or if you have a topic that you'd like me to cover in a future video, leave me a comment down below. Otherwise, I will see you on the next Tutorial Tuesday.